Let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like you're working nonstop but getting nowhere? You're grinding every day, yet your to-do list keeps growing? If that sounds like you, you're not alone. But what if I told you there's a way to get better results with less effort? It's called the 80-20 rule, and once you master it, you'll stop working harder and start working smarter. In this video, I'll break it down into simple, practical steps you can use immediately. Let's get started. Chapter 1. What is the 80-20 rule? The 80-20 rule, or Pareto principle, states that 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. For example, 80% of your income comes from 20% of your work. 80% of your happiness comes from 20% of your activities. 80% of your problems come from 20% of your bad habits. Sounds crazy, right? But once you recognize this, you can focus on what truly matters and cut out the rest. Chapter 2. Why most people work inefficiently. Most people believe that working harder equals better results. Wrong. The truth? Most of what we do is wasted effort. We check emails 50 times a day. We sit in pointless meetings. We spend hours on tasks that don't move the needle. But once you identify your most valuable 20%, you can eliminate distractions and achieve more with less effort. Chapter 3. How to find your 20%. Here's a simple exercise. Write down everything you do in a day. Circle the top 20% of activities that bring real results. Eliminate or delegate the rest. Focus on what matters, not just what keeps you busy. Chapter 4. Eliminating the 80% that's wasting your time. Let's be real. Most of our time is wasted. Endless scrolling on social media, meetings that should have been emails, overthinking small decisions. Identify the 80% of distractions in your life and cut them out. Chapter 5. The 80-20 rule for learning. Want to learn faster and retain more? Focus on key concepts, the 20%, instead of trying to memorize everything. Use active learning techniques. Learn from experts who simplify the process. Study smart, not long. Chapter 6. The 80-20 rule for health. You don't need a complicated diet or 2-hour workouts. 80% of your health comes from 20% of key habits. Good sleep, exercise, and nutrition. Find the few habits that give you the biggest health benefits. Chapter 7. The 80-20 rule for relationships. Not all relationships are equal. 80% of your happiness comes from 20% of your relationships. Spend time with people who uplift you, not drain you. Chapter 8. 80-20 in decision making. Want to make better decisions faster? Stop overanalyzing everything. Identify the 20% of factors that truly matter. Act quickly instead of waiting for perfection. Chapter 9. 80-20 and money. Most people waste money on things they don't need. 80% of your financial growth comes from 20% of smart money decisions. Focus on saving, investing, and increasing income sources. Chapter 10. The 80-20 rule and habits. Focus on the small habits that create big results. 5 minutes of gratitude equals better mental health. 10 minutes of exercise equals better fitness over time. Conclusion. The 80-20 rule isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters. Identify your top 20%. Eliminate distractions. Focus on high-value activities. Now, take action. Let's start working smarter, not harder. Work smarter. Live better.